What's up everyone, how are y'all doing? So, I recently came across McSkillet's Doppler guide, which was posted about 7 years ago, and saw that there hasn't been a new video about it since. So today, I have made a comprehensive Doppler guide for CS2 because all the Doppler knives got a massive rework in CS2, and identifying each Doppler knife can be a bit difficult now. I do want to point out that Valve has been recently making tons of changes in terms of the Doppler finish, so they could change it even more in the future. However, this guide will still be accurate as the way you identify Dopplers is based on color, not their shine or reflections. With that out the way, let's get into it. The Doppler finish is one of the most visually appealing knife finishes that we currently have in CS2 and is available on a wide variety of knives. Now, the unique thing about the Doppler finish is that it has 7 variations of itself, those being phases 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as the Ruby, Sapphire, and Black Pearl versions. And here's where it gets tricky because all 7 of those knife finishes are called Doppler in-game, so I will explain the key differences between each of those knives so you will be able to identify each of them in-game. Let's take a look at phase 1 Dopplers first. Phase 1s are quite easy to spot out of the 4 phases, and that's because they are made of 2 very specific colors. The blade will be covered exclusively by this light purple and this dark blue color. Each phase 1 knife will have a different amount of these 2 colors, but it will always be a combination of the same exact 2 colors. So if you see a knife that is covered by a mix of dark blue and light purple, you will know that it's a phase 1 knife. Also, phase 1 knives will always have the finish number 418, and this is how they look like in a Steam inventory. Last thing to note is that on phase 1 butterfly knives, the handle will always have this shiny deep red color to it. Phase 1 knives are the second least desired Doppler finish in CS2 because while they do look good, most other Doppler finishes look a bit better. Next up, we have phase 2, which is commonly referred to as the Pink Galaxy phase, and there's a good reason for it. Majority, if not all of the blade, now has this amazing shade of pink, and these knives look absolutely stunning in CS2. The other color prevalent on phase 2s is this very dark purple, but it will be in very small amounts in terms of the whole blade. So if you see a ton of bright pink on a Doppler knife, you can be sure that it's a phase 2. Along with that, butterfly knives that are phase 2 have a magenta colored handle now and overall look absolutely amazing. The phase 2 pattern number is 419, and here's the Steam inventory picture. Phase 2 Doppler knives are the most desired out of the 4 phases, and their look speaks for itself. They are also very expensive for a non-gem finish. Phase 3 knives in CS2 are quite different from their CSGO counterparts. Before in CSGO, phase 3s used to be very dark, but now they are much brighter and feature better colors. The main color is deep blue, along with green and black. If you see a knife that has deep blue and dark green on it, you can be sure to know that it's a phase 3. Also, the handle on phase 3 butterflies is a nice teal green color. Lastly, the pattern ID for this phase is 420, and here's the Steam inventory picture. Due to their messy color scheme and dark look, phase 3 knives are the least desired type out of all the Dopplers, and are also the cheapest as well because of that. Next up are the phase 4 Dopplers, which for some weird reason now closely resemble Sapphires in terms of color. Phase 4s are made of 2 colors, with most of the blade being covered in blue and small amounts of black noticeable throughout the knife. The key difference between phase 3 and 4s is that phase 3s have green on them, while phase 4s are exclusively blue and black. This is essentially the blue phase of Dopplers, and the handle on phase 4 butterflies is blue as well. The pattern ID for phase 4s is 421, and here's the Steam picture. Last thing to note is that phase 4 knives are the second most desired phase out of the 4 with its consistent blue color across the knife. Now we get into the highly desired gem finishes of Dopplers. First up, we have the gem finish Ruby. Gem finishes in general are extremely easy to identify as they only feature one bright color on the entire blade. In the case of Ruby Dopplers, the blade is completely red with tiny hints of orange, and you can be sure to know it's a Ruby when you see a glowing red blade on a Doppler. All rubies will be the same color, and the main difference between different ruby patterns is the dark spots that are visible throughout the blade. The less dark spots on a gem blade, the more clean and valuable it is considered. Rubies are the second most desired gem finish on Dopplers, and it's easy to see why when the blade literally looks like it's burning in CS2 lighting. Butterfly rubies feature a burnt orange handle which accompanies the red blade very nicely. Ruby Dopplers are considered high tier for their looks and prices and will set you back thousands of dollars depending on which knife you want the ruby finish on. Last thing to know about rubies is that their pattern number is 415, and this is the picture of a ruby knife in Steam inventories. Moving on from rubies, we have the bluish purple gem counterpart, which is called Sapphire. Sapphires have this bluish purple color throughout the blade that could be mistaken for a phase 4, but remember that phase 4s have black on them, while sapphires are the same exact color on the whole blade. Sapphires are the most desired type of Doppler and cost astronomical amounts, since they are considered one of the most high tier finishes on knives. On sapphire butterflies, the handle is covered in the shiny cyan color, which also looks really nice as well. In terms of sapphire patterns, the same thing applies here as it did for rubies. The less dark spots on the blade, the better the gem pattern is. The sapphire pattern number is 416, and here's the Steam picture. Even though sapphires are the most expensive and desired type of Doppler, they are actually not the rarest. That honor goes to black pearls, which is the last Doppler type that we have left to cover. Black pearls are the last and final Doppler gem finish and look drastically different to their CSGO counterparts. In CSGO, black pearls were very dark, but had about 5 or 6 different colors on them, ranging from pink and green to yellow and purple. In CS2, black pearls are one very deep shade of purple and look very clean as a result. If Valve decides to allow CS2 black pearls to have more colors on them rather than just a dark purple, I will mention it in the description below, but for now, they are just the one color of purple. Butterfly black pearls have the same colored purple handle, and the black pearl finish in my opinion looks the best on them. Last thing to note is that the black pearl pattern number is 417, and here's the Steam picture for CS2 inventories. Now, despite being the most rare, they are the least desired gem finish out of the 3, but are still miles ahead of the phase Dopplers in terms of price and looks. Now that we have gone over all Doppler types in CS2, identifying what type of Doppler each knife is should be quite easy, and I would love to hear from you guys which Doppler type y'all consider to be the best looking. These knives look amazing in CS2, and I can't wait to see all the glove knife combos people come up with using these knives. Also, I'm doing a giveaway for this video. Just leave a comment down below and I will choose someone randomly next week from the comments to win a field tested AK Empress. Thank you guys for watching and have an amazing day. Peace out, guys.